Can't really alter the perspective on this one, but there's not much to this game to show. I'm just kind of using it as a background for me to talk. This game's called Proto Raider. It's on Steam. I don't even remember why I got it. But basically what I'm here to talk about is a little game called Baldur's Gate. I don't know if you've played it. I've heard of it. It's a Dungeons & Dragons type spinoff. And recently, it got an expansion pack for the original game, being DLC for the first time in, I don't know, 500 years. What it's controversial for, however, is the fact that there's a transgender character for it. Now, everyone is just going apeshit over the fact, and I just wanted to weigh in a little bit. I want to write a blog post about it on my blog, which I have at GeminiWeaverMusings.wordpress.com. I should probably put more links into it. I'm not very organized. What do I use the waterfall? Oh. And I just want to weigh in a few I just want to give my word on it. And my word on it is, so fucking what? A lot of people are like, well, it's pushing politics into my face. I'm like, no, it's really not. So a game has a transgender character. Big fucking deal. It's not the first time a game has had a transgender character before. The earliest I can think of a game having a transgender character would be Birdo from Super Mario Bros. 2, and where in the Japanese manual it said that her real name is Burdette, and that she was a male dinosaur that put a bow on her head and told everyone to call her Birdo. And then in later releases, they didn't really mention this origin, but Birdo was seen without any pronouns, and there are a lot of questions raised about whether or not that's still canon. And there have been more recent examples. Obviously, the Baldur's Gate character that I'm talking about. There's also the MTF character in the card game Magic the Gathering. There's the FTN character in Dragon Age Origins, which also received controversy because, and of course Poison from Street Fighter 3 and Street Fighter 4. Also, I think she was in Final Fight with the Super Nintendo. I'm not really a big Street Fighter fan. There have been characters in games before who are transgender. And right now, it's becoming more and more socially accepted to be transgender. So people want to include characters, be inclusive, which I have no problem with, and neither should you. Because, from what I understand, the character isn't forcing anything on anyone. The character just walks up to you, says, "Oh, hi, I've got this name, this weird name." And then your character is all, "Oh, well, that's a unusual name. How'd you get that name?" And then she's all, "Oh, well, I made it with special meaning, you see. I was born male, now I'm female." Oh, shit. Well, like I said before, why is there like no small balls? Okay, fine, take the boat. And then from there, you can either congratulate her on finding her identity, or you can leave. You could also kill her, but yeah, she's not forcing anything upon you. She's not running up to you with a sword and saying, support transgender people. She's just there. She's an NPC that exists. And I'm really not seeing what the problem is. She's a very minor NPC who just talks to you once in this one town, and that's it. That's hardly something to get the game over. I'm not really seeing an issue outside of a bunch of transphobic people who just want to erase trans people at every point because, and sadly these people exist. I have had people come up to me and tell me these things. Just because I exist. I actually tried a local church here in Oneonta because I'm a rather spiritual person. And they told me if I wanted to be baptized, I would have to repent for being transgender. And I said, I've committed a sin, so I can't really repent. But there's no going back. How the shit do I... So I never showed up at that church again. On Facebook, people find out I'm transgender, and then, like, I had a best friend from my childhood named Devin, who just disappeared on me, simply because I'm transgender. And he and his family started posting all these messages on my Facebook. I had to block every single one of them, telling me about how it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, even though I'm transgender, not gay. Okay, the vote receipts and separate account. Ah, okay. No, I don't. And that was like my only friend growing up, and he's gone because of this bigotry. I still get people who come up to me and they say things like, well, I was a kid, I wanted to be a cat, how is this any different? Right? So, the fact that transgender people are being social media, I don't have a problem. Of course, we should have our own character, like I said. She's just one NPC that shows up once. She's not a party member. She's not a plot-crucial character. She's not even a shopkeep. She's just one character that you don't even have to talk to. There's no issue here except the bigotry of a few Baldur's Gate fans who are being absolute hypocrites, because in Baldur's Gate, I don't know if you know this, I've actually been tempted to play this because I want to check this out. In Baldur's Gate, gender bending has actually been a plot element. In the first game, very early on, too, you can find an item called the Girdle of Femininity and Masculinity. When you put it on, your character swaps gender. You can put it on any of your characters. Any of them can swap gender. There you go. In the second game, a witch turns a member of your party into a woman. I'm not sure if that's just for a scene or if that's for the whole game. Like I said, I'm not a Baldur's Gate expert. I don't really claim to be, but I do know that it was a very progressive game for the time. Because, among other things, it let you play a female character in a very plot-heavy voiced game, which you don't really play as dudes in that. And the fact that the plot didn't change much depending on what gender you selected. You were always the more dominant one of you and your romantic partner. No matter which gender you selected, if you were a chick, you had to save your boyfriend. If you were a dude, you had to save your girlfriend, and you were always the more competent and capable one, regardless of what your gender was. So, having a transgender character really just seems normal for this series. In fact, it's to be expected, because technically you've already had transgender characters in this. Also, the trans character in this Baldur's Gate game, like I said, they don't come out and they don't say kill all cis male or anything. They're just transgender, and they tell you that, hey, I found peace with myself, and this is why this name means so much to me. So the complaints are hypocritical at best. However, I still want to address one thing, and what I want to address is the fuck up of the developer. This character is just one NPC in one place, and I feel that it could have been handled a little better. Like, first off, when you kill this NPC, there are no repercussions for it. No other character around calls you out on it, there's no penalty for it, you don't miss out on any items. In fact, you're encouraged to do it because the NPC has no other uses outside of telling you, hey, I'm trans, and that's it. So, it's a easy 2,000 XP points. Wouldn't it be cool if you had to go on a quest for this character? Like, say, you have to, because like I said, you can cast gender-bending spells. You can do that yourself as the player character. Like, you could find them a girdle of masculinity and femininity and make their wish come true for a quest, so that they can be swapped to the sex that they prefer being, female. Also, your only reactions are to either say goodbye to the character or congratulate them. Now, when I play it, now in Baldur's Gate, I understand it's a real role-playing game. The first few games were famous for letting you roll your own character. But more than just having it be you, you could actually make decisions, and you could either be an evil bastard or a good guy or anything in between. So you get a lot of comments like I said, I've never played the game, I'm just going off of what I know about it. So if I get a few facts wrong, I'm sorry. For example, if there was some sick farmer guy who's all like, oh, help me, the shark ate my family or something, you could make a joke about how sharks are stupid. Or you could be like, oh, that's terrible, I'll help you. Well, I'm pretty sure it'd be pretty neat if you could actually give this character a whole, yeah, well, when I was a kid I wanted to be a dragon, but you don't see me or something like that. And it could have been a great opportunity for maybe, for one, you could roleplay a homophobic asshole. Guess there's appeal in that. And another, more dialogue. Like maybe the character could one-up you at that point. Go on a battle and, oh shit, she's tough. Or your party could be like, come on man, that's not cool. Or something like that. Be a little stronger of a message. I mean, you'd both win. They'd get the pro-transgender message across, and you still get to be this jackass. What the hell? I'm not sure what happened. For some reason, the game minimized. Also, if the character had a little more purpose, more personality, like if she were a shopkeeper or something, like I said, gamers shouldn't be mad because she's only there briefly, but what a waste of an opportunity. She's just a token. If she's just there saying, oh, hi, I'm trans, and that's and nothing else. So, both sides should feel really bad about themselves for different reasons. To the developers of Baldur's Gate, I think this is one's called Dragonspear? Yeah. To the developers of Baldur's Gate Dragonspear, all I have to say is, great effort, but maybe do a little more than what you did. As I said, there's gender-bending magic in the setting, so a trans person would make sense. Like, you could find them a spell, they could pay you for it, or give them some treasure in their family that I don't know, like a magic amulet or something. If you help them out with this. Actually, if they did something like that, it would be a great chance to sort of shed light onto some issues transgender persons face, such as the high cost of surgery, and the fact that there are so little programs out there to help one get it outside of the Phil Collins Institute. No, that's not what it's called. There's this institute, I wrote them myself, I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called the Collins Institute or something. Like, their funding can only pay for 5 of those surgeries a year, and they get hundreds of applicants. Like, so maybe you could have the character be like, I've been meaning to have the spell cast upon me, but I can't find someone who would be willing to do it for a price I can afford. Here's, I will give you anything you ask for it. All the money I've saved up for the spell, and trinket. So, like, you could do that. And that'd be pretty cool, especially since if you were being the bad guy, you could actually charge double the amount she'd been getting out of spite just to be a jackass, maybe even make fun of her for it, saying you'll never have what you want or something like that. Maybe you could drive her to suicide by saying these things, and that would also be education, because it would point out the high rate of suicide amongst transgender persons. You're not doing enough with character. And as for gamers who are against this character, lighten the fuck up. You're okay with orcs and demons and all these things that either don't exist or might exist, but there's very little. You've got magic spells. Some of these magic spells, I might add, bend genders. You gotta think, transgender people must exist in this universe because they invented those spells. Why would they make the spells if they didn't have use for them? I mean, even if it's... I mean, I guess it could be it could have been invented by some wizard playing a joke on his friends, or maybe... or something like that, but... I'm just saying, it's... the spell exists, meaning a need for the spell has to exist. Once again, transgender people exist in real life. They've existed for a long time. They've existed since ancient Rome. I mean, not ancient Rome. They've existed since prehistory. There were actually goddesses and cults people would worship. And yeah, I know I'm doing badly in the game. I've finally gotten my focus on another topic. People would worship, like Ayamuri, Itari, something like that. Ayana? I'm trying to remember the name. There's this goddess in, like, really ancient Mesopotamia who was said to have the power to change the gender of followers, and was really associated with LGBT stuff in ancient times. There's also Native American two-spirits who would drink the urine of female horses to get their hormones. and were accepted in many tribes. In fact, you were considered blessed and holy if you were or knew one. Japan also considers it a blessing. Now, in Japan, they believe it's caused by someone having a woman's soul, by a man having a woman's soul. And of course, we've got the ancient Romans. Ancient Romans, they had every sexuality and identity under the fucking sun, to be honest. Especially that Caligula guy. Woo! But it's not. So, in the Baldur's Gate universe, sure, I could see it. I could see it happen. And you just need to lighten the fuck up. Nothing's being pushed down your throat. Trans people exist, and we want representation in video games because some of us play video games. I'm playing a video game right now, doing pretty shitty at it, I might add. So just lighten up. It's not going to ruin a video game if the shopkeep used to have a dick, and now doesn't. I'm going to try one more time at this stage. Why does he just stop there? Why does he just stop there? I'm going to try one more time at the stage. And, let's see if I can think of anything. I think I've said all I wanted to. Well, I'm going to post this on the Baldur's Gate Steam community forum. I've never played Baldur's Gate. If you think I should Let's Play it, leave a comment in the description below. If you've got an opinion on the Baldur's Gate controversy, then how did I get over that before? Then, like I said, leave a comment. I'd love to debate it with you. This is Hulsera, and I